It has been a completely wild ride this last few months. No, actually, the last month, because I've been having to spend so much money. Thousands and thousands of dollars have come out of my bank account within the last month, and I can't say that I feel bad about it. I actually feel great about it. I feel good about it. I am not upset about it. I'm not depressed about it. Listen, I feel good with the things that were purchased with the money. I'm not upset at all, right? So let's jump into the things that I had to buy this month. So this month I bought a bathroom. So I had a bathroom that was put into my den because I have a house guest and I wanted to make her life comfortable as possible. So I went in and put a bathroom on that level for her, and it's absolutely beautiful. I'm so happy with how it came out. The verdict is still out on how much money we actually spent on the bathroom because I don't know. I never really sat down and did the numbers. I kept saying it was 10,000. Then my husband was like, "No, it was under $9,000 that we actually spent." And so it's somewhere around there. It's somewhere around there. I mean, you would think me being the budget coach that I would have the numbers nailed down, but so much was coming out at one time because I had to pay him periodically for labor, and then we had to constantly go out and get materials that I never really sat down with all of the receipts and was like, okay, so this is exactly how much we spent. So my husband and I keep going back and forth on that, and one day we actually gonna sit down and see how much we actually spent on that. But so the bathroom. All right, so that we said $9,000 or $10,000 on that. My husband says nine. I was saying 10, but somewhere around that. All right, so that's going. Then my car. I don't know if you saw that video, but if not, go back and check it out. I will link it at the end. Actually, I have a bathroom video and I have a video about my car, and so you can see specifics around all of these things in that video. I'll link one of them at the end of this video. But car. So I went to go get my car registered. They wouldn't register the car because I had a check engine light on. I went to go see about the check engine light, and basically what Pep Boys told me was that, listen, your car is about to die regardless. So you need to go ahead and get your life together. And so that's what I did. The next weekend after Pep Boys told me that my car was done, I got a brand new car. So 2025, same model, Chevy Equinox. I love it. It's just like the bells and whistles that came with the base model. I feel like I upgraded 50 million times. Like I got heated seats. I have automatic start. I don't know if those things come with the base model anymore because I don't keep up with those things, but I'm really happy with what I have. The monitors, like 2 full monitors in my car, it's amazing. I absolutely love it. And the price wasn't bad. So we went in thinking that we were going to pay about 30,000 for the car, which of course I had in cash. But I did something stupid. And so you're gonna have to go watch that video to hear everything that I did with that. So find the car video and you'll see exactly what happened with that. But either way, I have the cash to pay for it completely, right? But I only paid partially in that moment. Go check out the video to see why. And I forgot where I was going with that, but where was I going with that? I don't know, but I bought a car. So that's what it was. Okay, so that's that. So I talked about the bathroom. I talked briefly about the car and my anniversary.
On the top, I'm in my drop top, cruising the street. Hey! I got a real pretty little thing that's waiting for me. So great, I'm full of that. Pick it up. Ooh, yeah. Come on, get on up there, girl. Baby, I got plans. Get up, girl. I have plans in place. She on the table there. Y'all help me sing. Listen. Let me take you to a place nice and quiet. There ain't no one there to interrupt. Ain't gotta rush.
So it's not necessarily something that we budgeted for, not anything that we planned for, but we were just going to use our free spending money um, to pay for our anniversary fun, right? And listen, it happened to be a little bit of pretty penny, right? So we had friends come to Atlantic City and we wowed out. We purchased the suite. The suite was $900 in and of itself. That does not even include all of the extra stuff that, um, we brought to make people comfortable inside the room and to have fun with those folks. So listen, we did the suite. We went out to dinner. We did breakfast. We did happy hours. So it was amazing. Nonetheless, I really had fun. And did I show you on my shirt? Listen, I'm representing the missus today, so I'm Mrs. Burrell, not Dr. Burrell. Mrs. Burrell. I'm representing. 16 years. Can you see this? 16 years married. And so that was fun. That was all fun. So we had fun. So all I'm trying to tell you with saying all of those things is that we spent a lot of money. A lot of money was spent during the last month, from the bathroom to the car to the anniversary. Listen, it was a lot. It was a lot. And I'm not upset about any of it. And I'm going to tell you why I'm not. Like, I feel totally comfortable with all the purchases that we made. I'm happy with everything that I got. And it just feels good to be in a space where you're spending thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, but you don't have to be alarmed about it. Or first of all, you have the money to even spend and you're spending these things in cash, right? So that's number one. You have cash to pay for the things. That's number one. Number two is you're not upset about spending the things. You're comfortable with spending the money on the things because, listen, you got it. And that's what it is. All right, so let me completely tell you why I'm not upset and why I'm comfortable. I have the list here, right? So let's just stick to the list. Let's just stick to the notes. All right, first one. Number one, the money was already allotted for most of those things, right? So in terms of the car, I've been saving for years for a new car, right? I didn't just start saving this year. I didn't just start saving last year. I've probably been saving. The car is 11 years old. I've probably been saving for 7 to 8 years for a new car. If the car is 11 years old, I've probably been saving for 7 to 8 years for a new car, right? I mean, my goal was always to try to hit $300 a month into a sinking fund for a new car purchase. It ain't always get there. Sometimes sometimes I put nothing into that sinking fund. Sometimes I put 1,000 or more into that sinking fund. It just depended on what was happening in my life. But long story short, I've been saving for a long time for this new car purchase. So when it came time to actually purchase the car, I had the money, right? I had the money in cash to pay for it because this is not something that overnight I was like, oh, I need to start paying for this. I need to start saving for a new car. No, this has been years in the making, right? It's not a decision that I made overnight to say, okay, I need to start saving. No, again, years in the making. And now that I've purchased a new car, I'm going to again start saving for the car that I'm going to need, hopefully in another decade. But listen, this is how you prepare, right? You have a vision for things and you start strategizing. And so that's how I was able to make it happen, right? You know what you need beforehand and you start saving accordingly so you don't have to be racking up all of this debt. So money was already allotted, especially for my car. In terms of the bathroom, it was a little bit of a different situation. I wasn't expecting to get in the bathroom right now. I always wanted it. I've been wanting it since I moved here, but um, when I got the house guest, that was the perfect time to actually get it. You know, you want something, but it's not a need. If it wasn't a need, we didn't need another bathroom right then and there, so we didn't get it. And when we got the house guest, we needed it. It became a need. And so then we got it. And so it wasn't something that I was saving for per se. So what actually happened was it was a 3 paycheck month. So first of all, the need was there. So the need presented itself. That's number one. The need presented itself. Then there was a 3 paycheck month, right? And so usually you only use 2 paychecks to live. So there was a whole other paycheck that I had available unto me. Usually I would pay extra on my mortgage or I would put it in my investments. But this time I was like, bathroom. Not only did I have the extra paycheck that month, but also I realized that I was saving for taxes, and the money was already coming out my mortgage. So I was saving money for taxes that I didn't really need to be saving. So I had a chunk of money that I was saving again that I didn't need. So the taxes, along with the extra paycheck month, along with just extra cash you have coming, you have free spending money. All of that combined was allowed me to pay in cash for the new bathroom. So there you go. Car, check. You had the money for that. Bathroom, check. I had the money for that. Anniversary, I ain't playing for it all. Right? But we got money. We had money for that. And so it is what it is. All right, so that's one thing that made it a comfortable situation, or made it so that I do not feel alarmed that I had to spend thousands of dollars. So that's number one. Number two, my emergency fund is almost at 6 months. Almost there at 6 months. I've been dibbling and dabbling. You heard all the things, right? And so some of that money actually came out of there, dibbling and dabbling, just to make sure that we're paying for things in cash. But it's still almost at 6 months. My emergency fund is almost at 6 months. In the next couple months, I'll be working to make sure that it is at completely at 6 months. But listen, if we have 5.5 months of an emergency fund, we good. We're good. If we're at 5.5 months of an emergency fund, we are good. And so that is what it is. And the third thing is that I've been continuously saving 25% of my income. Like almost every month, I'm able to pay 25% back to myself. I'm able to save 25% of my income. Like that in of itself is a success. That is a success in and of itself. And so with all of these things stated, girl, it's been a time. We've been turning up for the last month, just making it rain. And it's okay because the money was there, right? The money's there. The money's there because I'm not willy-nilly spending money every single day of my life. Most of the time that, is spent saving and stacking and growing, right? So that when we have seasons where we have to spend, it's okay. And this was a season that we had to spend, and we're good. We're good. Now, I don't anticipate that I'm going to have to keep spending, and I pray to God that I don't have to keep spending because now we good, right? We have our 6 month emergency fund almost, but everything else is about tapped out. Okay, no more sinking funds for this, no more sinking funds for that, no more. And so right now we need to get back in the season of saving and stacking and letting money grow, right? And so, listen, I hope that you are in your season of saving and stacking, right? And letting that money grow. And so that when you get to a place or a season where you just have to spend, that you have it to spend. And in this case, listen, we had it to spend. And I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful to God for allowing me to have the income in order to save and invest. And I'm grateful for myself, okay? Because I had the diligence, I had the discipline to do it. So yeah, I'm patting myself on the back because without the diligence, without the discipline, you know what I mean? So listen, please subscribe to the channel. I need the subscribers. I need you guys to subscribe. And I hope that the discipline is real for you. All right. See you on the next one.